Well, hey folks, and welcome back here to Flexline Productions as we continue to bring you coverage of the 29th Annual City of Mobile Championships. Right now, we're on the back nine of our second round out at the Admiral. Once again, I am Dustin Mouret, and once again, you guessed it, it's Christopher Downey joining me for the commentary.
Glad to be back.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
You sound so stoked.
Hey, I mean,
Can I get a little more?
when do you get to commentate with Dustin Mouret and not be happy about it?
I don't know. I mean, that's true. You were with me last year for this tournament. You're with me again as we head to hole number 10, a 311-foot par 3. A bit of a tunnel shot, but a pretty wide fairway.
Yeah, most people go mid-range or putter and just, you just kind of just throw it straight and just let it fade to the left and stay on top of the hill. You don't want to go too straight, though.
Yeah, it does slope down left, so you definitely could find some trouble, as you were saying. This is just a trust, I think, for MattyO, just playing it up the right-hand side, the center.
Yeah, and that's a little straight, but I think it kind of got a little kick to the left, and it's going to be perfect.
I would say that's the most common error, is flying a little too straight on the right-hand side. The other one is, again, just getting a little bit down left on the bottom side of the slope is also a tough spot to be.
And this is a good line by Sully.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Little flip up mid or putter there. Gets right up near the pin.
Yeah, and that's perfect. He's got a nice little short putt for it, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing a rock here, and I just want it to go straight and finish to the left. And
It went straight,
yeah, and
it's technically finishing to the left.
technically, but not as much as I want it to.
Yes.
Usually that disc flies a little bit more stable than what it did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Colin looks like he's got a mid-range as well to kind of do the same thing, and that's the ideal shot right there. As long as
It's
it
getting
goes
that
left.
nice drift. It
Oh,
actually didn't go as left as he thought.
Yep, a little long, but
He's still got a putt here.
yes.
Kind of a death putt, though, because of the downhill slope behind the basket.
Yeah, if you miss this putt, you're going way down.
Well, you just don't miss it then, and that's what you did. So, easy as that. It's a great putt from you. Again, you had a good putting performance. Of course, the first round and this round were played on the same day. You were putting really well at Municipal Park, and you're continuing to do so here at Admiral.
Yeah, and the
I think you putt with P2s.
P2s. The weekend before, or maybe 2 weekends before, we had another big tournament in this area,
Mm-hmm.
and my putting was atrocious that weekend. Just short putts and everything. So I worked really hard in between tournaments about fixing my putting, and Colin hit a good putt from there too, from the woods.
Oh, yeah. It was really well done. So I believe he's an open bag player now. Is that right?
Yeah, Colin's an open bag player.
I know he has in the past played for Prodigy, but it's been
Yeah,
I
which
think this.
he still has a couple of those molds in there, but he's really been working in some new stuff into the bag.
Yeah. Of course, here's MattyO from West Side. Putts the Judge. Had a couple different putter changes throughout the year, but the Judge is kind of where he's settled back in at. And looking to try to get his birdie here, and catches that left side and sticks in.
Yeah, and MattyO's got a pretty good round going so far.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's 7 under through 10, so at this course, that's pretty good.
I think it's a clean card, too. Don't think he's got a bogey yet. They're going to see Sully here be able to get his birdie as well through a great tee shot.
Yeah, and that's a star frame to start off this back nine.
There you go. As we head over to hole 11, a par 4 that is, again, very much risk reward, and usually it's going to be people playing conservative.
Yeah, most people kind of throw up to this landing spot right here that we're at and then play across. This year, there was actually a line at the top of this hill, so it made it harder for you to be able to actually maybe run yourself for the eagle. But yeah, MattyO is just going to lay this shot up. This is most of the time what most players do is just a 3 and move on to the next hole.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy hole to birdie, but yeah, if you were trying to run an eagle on this hole, it can be very tough to do with that water carry and kind of a thin fairway on the other side. We're going to see Sully play the forehand out left, which is a fine option. It's going to fade right to that same landing zone. Actually, a little bit more ground action than you probably wanted there, but you still should have a look.
Yeah, he's going to be right there on that edge, and then
Might make his footing tricky.
Might make his footing tricky, but he should be able to get up and down from there.
Yeah.
And then I'm just throwing the layup shot, just trying to get as close to the bridge as possible that we got to walk across.
As long as you get yourself out in the open over there, you're usually going to have yourself a chance to cross in your second shot, give yourself a birdie.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure me and Colin are actually throwing the same disc here.
Okay.
A little glow envy, just straight as possible, and that's perfect.
Yeah, Envy's thoughts are pretty high right now, thanks to a particular person at the World Championships last year. As we do see that orange OB line, that is so high up too. That's so ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I promise. I'll get off my soapbox now.
Yeah, and then from here, you just want to hang it wide and just make sure you get over that line. And
That'll do.
yeah, I actually hit at the top of the line, so I was lucky to get on top of that hill. And Sully kind of got unlucky here.
Yeah, that footing is rough.
Yeah, and from where he was, it's a good shot. Just
Yeah.
kind of.
Had to play it safe to make sure he didn't get in that water, so can't blame him.
And then
Get in it.
routine shot.
Oh.
Oh, almost rang that up, but that's all you want to do on this hole right there is exactly how Colin's played it.
Yep, just don't take a swim and give yourself a chance to putt for birdie. That's really the goal on this second shot. Just an easy little one step from MattyO there, just swinging it out right and in.
And he's actually hung it a little wide and went a little deep.
That is true. Luckily didn't get caught up on any of those trees though, so he still has somewhat of a look at it.
And then this is Sully here. He's actually a death putt from where Sully's at.
Yes.
He gave it a little bit of a bid, but you couldn't really tell, but he putted that thing so soft to just try to kind of float it up to the basket.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be Colin Forehand looking to get his three, get his birdie. A little bit deep on the approach, but still very much in circle one.
And just misfire.
Very much just low left, never had a chance. Here's MattyO facing a similar kind of death putt to Sully, but in a more open space. And a little high.
A little high, and if wouldn't have caught the basket, I think he might have went out of bounds there. But
This is your chance to take the solo lead.
yeah, have a chance to get my lead back, and I'm kind of playing these holes that you gotta get the birdies on very well.
Yep. See Colin able to at least knock in the par and not take any damage on this hole, but yeah, definitely one you want to get. So we're going to see the wind picking up just a little bit here compared to our first round. So we're going to see Matt looking to tap in his par. Should be no problem in doing so, as you've had to wait a little bit of a while to play here, kind of icing the kicker. But now you get your chance.
Yeah, luckily I'm not too far away from the basket, so I don't have to really worry about this putt too much.
Well, it is right there in front of you. That'll do. That's going to give you the solo lead. Get a couple of birdies here early on in the back nine.
Yeah, with the exception of my two bogeys, pretty solid round so far.
So we head over to what's probably the easiest hole on the course, I would say. Par 3, 227 foot, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, putter or mid-range, just straight at it. You just got to miss two trees and land on this hill, and you're taking your two. The miss, though, on this hole is left and early.
Yep.
And I've kind of pulled it and kicked the tree, but I still got a putt.
Yeah, kind of a turtleback green. So if you catch the front side of it, usually stick have a good putt. You can sometimes get a little deep on this hole on the back side of that green, and that can sometimes cause trouble. But like you said, usually early left is the biggest miss that you can make.
And then Maddie just kind of straight at that, up the fairway, and that's perfect. He's going to be just to the left of the basket, maybe 15 feet.
Here we see Sully throwing a putter at this.
That's a little low. It's got to get a little. Oh, it caught a. I think it actually caught a tree that was cut down.
Tough break again. This is a hole you really want to get on this back nine. Good line here from Colin Forehand. Right at. Oh, really?
Yeah, caught the last tree he had to miss.
Oh, it's a tough break.
Yeah, so from here you just kind of lay up and take your par and go to the next hole. Just disappointed that you couldn't throw that easy straight shot at it.
Would you say this is the easiest hole on the course? Maybe I would think so, just based on distance. But
distance-wise, I'd say it's one of the easiest.
I mean, 2 would probably be up there.
2, and then maybe 16.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What am I thinking? 16's definitely the easiest hole in the course.
Yeah, but I mean, this one's not too far off of it. It's just
No,
guarded
no.
a little bit better than 16.
Yeah. 16 requires a little bit more distance, but yeah, you're right. It's definitely up there on the easier category for this course. This is you for birdie. Still have a look at it.
Yeah, just a little bit of an uphill putt.
Ugh, catches the basket. It does settle down, so that'll be a par for you.
Yeah, that's really the first putt I feel like I've missed all day. But
Yeah.
MattyO with a chance here to tie me back up.
Yeah, the solo lead looks like it's going to be short-lived here as MattyO's right there. And, yep, that'll fall in.
And, once MattyO gets that lead, it's hard to take it back from him.
It's very true. Now Sully will tap in his par. You will do the same. Colin also will follow suit. And again, one of those holes where you're unlikely to take really any damage, but definitely one that you'll regret not doing, depending on how your round ends, as we head over to hole number 13, which is a little bit trickier, but still very scoreable.
Yeah, this one, most people go forehand. This water, I'm pretty sure plays casual.
Yes.
But yeah, forehand or small turnover with a mid-range or a putter.
Yeah, I feel like forehand's really the main go if you have it.
Yeah.
It should be what you're throwing, and this is looking great from Matt. Ooh!
Yeah, MattyO just perfect.
Wow. That was a fantastic forehand, and you are going backhand. I'm kind of surprised by this.
Yeah, the backhand, this is the shot I practice most of the time. Most of the time, the forehand, I pull it left.
Okay.
So, but, we'll see how it goes. And out of my hands, just straight right. Kind of caught that stuff on the right.
Should still be able to get up and down for par, though.
Yeah, no problem for me to should be able to get, as long as I'm out of those, a little bit of trouble there.
This is probably a raptor out of Sully, just trying to play that forehand line, and yep, a little deep, a little too straight maybe, but still falls right there in the circle.
Yeah, and that's really like with the forehand, that's most people miss that way.
As Colin also looking to play the back end.
And that one was perfect.
Yeah, really well done. Now nestle up there next to the circle. We'll have definitely a good look there at birdie. You even have a kind of long bit at it.
Yeah.
Ooh! Nice run.
Thank you. It was, I thought I had it out of my hands, just wasn't enough to get it over that rim.
We're going to see Colin forehand be able to sink the birdie there. Looks like we should have a couple of more birdies coming in here pretty soon from Sully and MattyO. Sully has a little bit of work to do on his putt, but still, very much right there. I think he putts with the CT Lunas, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. I know it's a Luna. I'm just not sure on the plastic.
I think the new CTs kind of came out fairly recently, and a lot of people have been liking them. Oof. Catches the right side, a little too right.
Yeah, and he's just been a little off this round. He's gave himself plenty of opportunities for birdies, just nothing's fallen.
He's still keeping himself very much in the mix, though, at 14 under par. As long as he can finish strong, he can still stay on the lead card for the final round, as we are going to see you tap in there for your par, and MattyO right there next to the pin for birdie to take now the solo outright lead.
Yeah, he's, besides hole 11, he's been on a little bit of a tear.
Very true. So we get to hole 14, hardest par 4 on the course, one of the hardest holes on the course, period, just under 600 feet.
Yeah, I think this is actually the hardest par 4 on the course.
Definitely.
Just because the tee shot, you got to go so long and be precise to give yourself even a chance of getting up there for a 3. Most people throw the flex off the tee or the forehand.
Yeah, this is a lead the flow out of MattyO, kind of just trying to turn that thing up the center. Not quite sure how that fell. It looked pretty good out of his hand.
Yeah, I think he actually ended up kind of in the middle of the fairway.
Okay.
But he threw the ideal shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can throw a backhand that turns, but it just comes out towards the end of the flight to make sure it doesn't get caught in the right wood line, it's usually going to be a good shot.
And this one's a little early. He needed
Yeah.
that to be straight out of his hands.
You will sometimes see the forehand as well in this hole, like a kind of a flip-up forehand that slowly drifts right. And honestly, if you push it straight, that left side of the fairway is even not that bad up there, I've found.
Yeah, that's usually my play. I just released this one a little left, and I kind of ended up by the fair or by the shorter tee on this hole.
Hey, you're kind of over there by that white tee. And this is going to be the forehand play come out of Sully. Definitely a very strong forehand player. It looks pretty good. Gets caught up on that branch, though, and drops instantly.
Yeah, he's going to be close to where I am.
And, oh, this is a tough spot.
Yeah, he's just kind of pitching out and just kind of going from there. And, you know, that's a really good pitch out from where he was.
About the best he could have done in that situation. Here's you with the forehand.
Yeah, and I just threw it straight in the ground and just a bad kick.
Yeah. See what you were trying to do there, but like you said, a little low. Catches that tree, kicks right. Here's Sully trying to play the flex forehand, and that... Man, if he had a little bit more height, that would have been money, but still not a bad shot.
Yeah, no, he should be able to get up and down for 4 from there.
Oh, for sure. And here is Colin forehand after scrambling out of the woods, looking to see if he can try to get up and down with the flex forehand. And catches an early tree.
Yeah, Colin's just, you know, just trees are kind of just making his round a lot harder than what it should be. And MattyO had a gap, but kind of caught the last tree he had to miss.
Yeah, he kind of overturned the forehand, but at least it still dropped kind of dead center fairway, so he can still get up and down for par from where he's at.
Yeah, and I have nothing here. Like, I can barely even get behind my disc.
Ooh.
And, yeah, like,
Oh.
so, yeah, this hole's...
It's definitely taking its toll.
Yeah,
It catches a lot of players. I mean, honestly. This is probably one of the biggest scores. If you somehow birdied this hole, you are getting so many strokes on the field.
you really are. And like I said, I'm throwing my 4-shot now, just trying to figure out something.
Well,
It's not bad. I got a long putt for a 5, but still a long way to go.
yeah, it's definitely a tricky putt. This is MattyO trying to get up and down for his par, flicking that anvil up there. And yeah, that'll be just fine. Well, he might have a little bit of a tree to straddle it around, but nonetheless, he should be able to get a par from there.
Yeah, and this is Sully for his 3.
Yeah, this is Sully just pitching out there for par, which you will take all day long on this hole.
Yeah, and no harm, no foul on his hole this time.
Oh, just a little low.
Yeah, just started, you know, catching the front of the basket, and it kind of just got contagious for like a couple holes in a row.
And Colin having the same fate there, catching the top of the basket, so he'll be taking a little bit of a bigger number on this hole as well. We are going to see MattyO and Sully look to get pars on this one. That'll keep them in their positions and keep MattyO in the lead. And again, Sully kind of keeping himself in that mix in the top 3. So this hole has taken many victims.
Yeah.
Promise you that.
Like I said, it's honestly, besides maybe hole 7 and 18, probably has the highest numbers on this hole.
Yep.
MattyO with a par, you know, just extending his lead once I finally tap in my 6.
And that's going to put him a few up there in the lead, which is exactly what you want to be doing here at this course if you can. Make that final round the next day a little bit easier as we head over to hole 15, a 540-foot par 4.
Yeah, and it's really got 2 shots. You got a mid-range on the right side, and then on the left side you can throw a forehand or a huge flex shot to try to set yourself up for a forehand or backhand approach to the green.
Yeah, this is just all about placement off the tee. A pretty, short par 4 otherwise, but again, this is a very narrow fairway, as many of these holes are at the Admiral, and that one just doesn't quite get left enough.
Yeah, and he's gonna be able to maybe get up and down from there, but if he's just a little bit more to the left, he's got a chance at the birdie.
And Sully looking to play that forehand at the left-hand side, a little bit of a flex, and that's starting to fight out and gets a tree, but I think that's still landing in the fairway.
Yeah, he should be right in the middle for a chance to throw it back in to the basket.
That's good news for him. He's trying to keep himself in the hunt here. Colin forehand looking to play the straight backhand up the middle. Doing a fantastic job of letting us see the shot.
Yeah, I think that actually ended up right in the middle of the fairway.
Okay.
I'm actually going aggressive on this hole to try to make up for the 6 in the last hole.
All right.
And I'm throwing a huge flex shot with a leopard 3.
Okay. Ooh. Can't really tell.
Yeah, I kind of caught the last tree I had to miss, and it kind of kicked me straight down.
Okay. Slow position to get up and down though for par.
Yeah, it should be an easy up and down for a par.
Okay. Well, here we see Colin forehand. I'm gonna play a backhand up the right hand side, and that looks really good.
Yeah, he should just go on up there about 30 foot from the basket. That's a really good shot from that spot.
Oh yeah, really good shot. And yeah, here you are, a little bit pinching this right hand side.
Yeah, and good forehand out of my hand. It's just stayed left just too much, and I'll just be able to pitch up for a par from there.
Seems like MattyO is kind of in a similar situation here, trying to play that forehand, and that's just a little too centered, and so that'll get caught up as well.
Yeah, and he's actually going to have a tough shot to get his par.
And here's Sully, a chance to get up and down for his birdie. See if he can join Colin on the dance floor. And that's a good looking forehand. Oh yes.
Yeah, he's got a stress-free birdie on this hole.
Great shot, man.
Love to have that. And now you have to do a little bit of kind of crazy step out backhand here, but executes it nicely as
Yeah.
parked.
Yeah, that's a good save from there. Because, you know, those types of shots you can release really early. And I'm just jump putting to get my 4. And I was really in a bad spot. I had stickers all over me over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of those to be found on the Admiral, as we are going to see. Colin able to knock in the birdie. A really well played hole there from Colin. Keeping himself in the mix, as we'll see you look to get your par and maintain position. That'll do.
And Sully should tap in his birdie and pick up a stroke on me and Matt.
Very true. I'll put him in third position and very near yourself for a tie for second. We are going to see MattyO here be able to punch that par in, maintain his lead by a few strokes. And as we were kind of discussing earlier, heading over to hole 16, one of the easier holes on the course, 260 feet. Pretty much just need to throw a dead straight shot. I feel like the one mistake people make is maybe drifting out a little bit to the right-hand side of the fairway and getting caught up, but otherwise, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and really you just take your straightest disc and just go right at it. Sully with the forehand.
I like this play. A little flex forehand. That works out great.
Yeah, and perfect.
It's probably some kind of zone or something like that. So we're going to see Colin go for the straight backhand.
Yeah, I believe he's going with the Envy. And then also this hole during the tournament, the Disc Golf Paparazzi sat up and was taking our pictures and stuff like that. You know,
Cool.
it's kind of a nice, relaxing like break to a stressful round. Really shout out him making the round fun towards the end of the day.
Always good to hear. As we're going to see MattyO just going to float one up there, and he kind of drifts to that right-hand side I was talking about, but looks like he doesn't really get snagged up on it, so should have a putt for birdie from over there.
Yeah, and then, you know, I'm just trying to do just as straight as possible and hopefully get away with the 2. And I kind of pulled it right, but sometimes you get lucky over there and just miss everything.
I wish I could do that. As that Envy has that stability to be able to get in there, and apparently magical powers to avoid trees.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many shots on that right side just somehow get to the basket.
As a little low putt there from MattyO. Looks like he's going to leak one back to you folks.
Yeah, and, you know, wasn't expecting him to miss that one. It's been routine for him all around. And
Oh,
just didn't finish his putt there and just...
he's had a couple like that that just seemed like misfires this round. This is your chance to collect a birdie and gain one back on Matt. Keep yourself just a couple behind for the lead. Yeah, that'll do it right in the heart.
Yeah, it was nice to get one back after hole 14 kind of, brought me back to reality on my round.
Good way to put it, I guess. It's Sully's going to be able to knock in his birdie as well, so he'll stay there just behind you by one yet again. Got kind of a tight separation over towards the podium. So you're going to see Matt tap in for par. Lead will shrink down to 2, but he still stays the front runner as we head into our last couple of holes of the course, with hole 17 coming in as a 676-foot par 4.
And you have 2 shots you can take. You can take the outside, kind of just normal hyzer, or the inside kind of flip up to straight hyzer, and then depending on how far left you get, forehand or mid-range to the basket.
Yeah, and what makes this hole tough, besides the tight lanes off the tee, is even if you throw a good tee shot, there's like that line of trees that is really hard to get through to approach the pin on your second shot. The gaps are very small. There's not really even one clearly defined gap to hit. And I think that's kind of something that kind of puts a damper on this hole, in my opinion. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, those trees, I've seen so many good shots go from birdies to bogeys because you hit them. But really, for me, the shot that's hard on this one is the drive. As you just saw me just release early left there, as I was trying to go aggressive. And from there, if you say before, you've thrown 2 great shots to get out of trouble.
Yeah, definitely tough to salvage something from that early left-hand side. So we are going to see Colin Forehand here attack this one. Looks like he's trying to play a similar line to yourself.
And
similar result.
Similar result. He's going to be a little bit more clean because he got over the top of that bush, but MattyO's going to take the preferred line here to the right, and he'll show you why it's probably the shot you should throw in this hole.
And just, if you can stay clean on this right-hand side and get some good fade on the end of your flight, you definitely can find yourself in a great position. And yeah, that's a great little hyzer with the drive. Flies over that bush line on the right-hand side of the fairway and skips probably center cut.
Yeah, that's pretty much perfect.
Well, let's see what you got here.
Absolutely nothing. I kicked into the woods, and I'm just trying to get as far as I can and maybe get like 50 feet up the fairway.
Yeah, looks like you got maybe just in front of the red tee.
Which Colin has a little bit more room, but that forehand forehand just kind of faded on him way too early.
I just didn't have the right nose angle on that, a little too high. So, like you said, gonna have some work to do, and you still have quite the work to do ahead of you as well here.
Yeah, which out of my hands, I thought I liked it, and it just didn't flip. I'm going to be on the left side still with a lot of fairway to make up.
And then here we see MattyO, who had a pretty great tee shot. But again, even with a great tee shot, still have some tight gaps you're going to have to try to navigate through to get up and down for your birdie. So it looks like MattyO's going mid-range here, trying to play something with this left-hand side.
And he's pretty much done it perfect.
Wow. Yeah, that is a beautiful shot from MattyO.
Yeah, and, just now he's adding more strokes because I'm throwing my 4th shot now, so I'm going to at least lose 2 shots to MattyO.
And here's Sully trying to play a little bit of a forehand flex here. It's like it was kind of an understable disc that he tried to flip up. Gets caught up kind of center, but still at worst should get a par out of that.
Yeah, shouldn't be too far out, and then Colin's just
He's in the thickness.
Yeah, still in some thickness over there.
Just trying to pitch out to try to salvage bogey at this point, I feel like. Actually,
yeah, that was a really good shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was really well done. He actually has a chance to save his par now.
And like I said, once again, I'm in the woods over here just trying to find a hole.
Yeah, not a place you want to be, that's for sure. But you're able to pitch up there and at least kind of start putting this hole to rest, which I'm sure you'll be happy to get out of here.
Yeah, 5, not what I wanted, but from where I was at off the tee, it's really the best I can ask for.
That's fair enough. As you're going to see Sully try to put one in, and he will do it. What a brilliant hole from Sully. I believe that was his birdie.
It was, and, no, a stroke or 2 strokes he gained on me. So he'll actually move up into second after that putt.
Yeah, he will be solo second. That is for sure. Colin Forehand trying to make the most out of what was a great scramble shot there, and this time the putt will fall. So I believe that was a par save there from Colin
Yeah,
Forehand.
which was a very good par from where he was at.
Absolutely. Didn't have the best tee shot, had kind of a tough forehand, but gets up and down and gets his par. As we're going to see you try to limit the damage here at least. Yeah, just taking the single. So just one behind Sully. So you're in solo third. And MattyO here coming in.
He was waiting on another card.
Okay.
I want to say it was J.C. Rose card was just being kind of loud. J.C., Jeremy Harvey, and Chad Sherbert were just
Call him out. Tell him.
Hey, they were being loud, so
Tell him.
Matt had to wait on them.
There you go. All right, so here we go. The end. The second par 5 of the course and a much bigger one, 894 feet. And, I mean, there's so many narrow corridors you have to navigate through.
Yeah, you just want to try to bite off as much as you can chew off your drive. You kind of want to land up by the red tee off your drive, and then from there, just hopefully another long shot as far as you can go, and then a short approach and just take your 4.
And that's early left, and that kicked into a dangerous place for Sully.
Yeah, and from there, you're just hoping to minimize the number as much as possible. If you get a 5 from there, you're doing something, but more than likely you're taking a 6 or a 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, getting caught up early in this hole is pretty much the end of having hopes at par. MattyO able to skate one up the left side, and that looks fantastic, actually, right next to the catch cam.
Yeah, that was as good as you can go, even though he kind of caught that right stuff towards the end of his flight.
He was challenging that right line, but does stay out of it and keeps himself in open space. Colin Forehand kind of following that vapor trail.
Yeah, and Colin threw the perfect shot.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yep, that is awesome.
Yeah, ideally you want to be a little bit more left, but that's perfect.
Let's see what you want to do here.
I released a little early. It was going to be fine, but then I kind of caught one.
What?
Yeah, I caught one stick kind of sticking out and just kicked straight down.
What's that stick made out of? Thing swatted the crap out of your disc.
And then Sully, from here, if he just wants to get as close to the white tee as possible.
Yep. And
yeah,
I mean, he'll get out to the fairway, but he's still got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, so I mean,
he's got something fast in his hand, so he's trying to do it. And it fights through.
Yeah, that's a good shot from where he was.
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of kicked over to the left some, so it might have cut him off a little bit, but he bit off a lot of the fairway right there. And I just didn't really have much, so I just was trying to lay up just past where the red tee kind of has those trees there, just to get up as much as I could.
Gotcha. So we are going to see MattyO here. Had a great tee shot. Has a chance to kind of flex a backhand through. I mean, you kind of want to get stable at the end of your flight and skip left if you can on this second shot. And so it looks like he's playing maybe Lucid X Felon or something like that, probably.
Looks like it, and
whatever it is, it had some good stability at the end of it to kind of fight back into the fairway.
Yeah, and that's pretty much perfect. He should have an easy approach shot from there.
So, highly recommend it.
Colin with a similar line kind of can attack the basket a little bit more from where he's at.
Yeah, just going to play probably just straight backhand up the center gap and then have it fade out. It's one of those ones where you'd like to get some good skips left with some good ground action on this second shot.
Yeah, but honestly, you just want to make sure that as you go down, you get to the left.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much perfect.
Yeah, he has executed this hole to a T so far. Now it's left a simple up and down to get his birdie. As this is your third shot here, trying to see if you can get up and down at least salvage par.
Yeah, hopefully at least get the par, and I
Oh.
just caught the one tree I had to miss. If I miss that tree, then it's an easy par.
Man, now a lot of work to be done. And Sully actually gets way left and has to just throw a flick roller, and now he's playing like ping pong golf at this point.
Yeah, Sully's just going from one side of the fairway to the other, and you know, at this point, he needs a good upshot to make sure that he don't take a real big number.
And well, asking you shall receive. That is a pretty solid forehand up to the basket. But yeah, he is going to take a little bit of damage on this hole, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and then I just got a routine approach, and I turned it over and pulled it just to the right of the basket. Still got a putt though, but not where I wanted to be at.
And this is MattyO trying to get up and down for his birdie. Got a little bit more on the right-hand side of the fairway than he wanted to be, but still might have a way to poke one up there.
Now this is Matty's bread and butter shot. He should be able to put it right up to the basket.
And well, you called it. That spirals right around the pole, and that'll be right there for him to get his birdie. So he's had a heck of a second round here at the Admiral to build up quite the lead heading into the final round, it looks like, as we are going to see Colin throw a nice upshot there, getting up and down for his birdie look on hole 18.
Yeah, him and Colin played this hole very, like, to the tee.
Yeah. So I think this is...
That's for my par.
Oh,
Yeah, and just didn't give it enough.
that's going to be a bogey for you, so... It's going to kind of help Sully out a little bit, who also had kind of a tough hole for you not to gain too much on him. And again, Matt's just going to create more and more separation now as well for that lead.
And actually that putt stopped me from gaining anything on Sully that round. Me and him both took sixes.
So unless someone got really hot on the chase car, MattyO's going to have a 5-stroke lead heading into the final round.
Yeah, and you know, he played this round, you know, perfect. Like, I don't think he took a single bogey, and you know, got his birdies whenever it was given to him. So MattyO made a real nice move this second round.
Indeed he did, as we are going to take a look at how things finished off here in our second round. And yeah, it was a clean card from MattyO, able to get himself a 21 under par, give himself a really nice lead going into the final round. You're going to be hanging around, though, with Sully on the lead card more than likely, with Colin Forehand, you know, still keeping himself in the mix for a good finish. Able to collect a few birdies there on the back nine to keep himself in the hunt. So we'll probably take a quick look here at the leaderboard in just a moment and kind of show you what we're going to be seeing in our final round, as we do have one more round to go at Langen Municipal Park to kind of finish this tournament off. And here we go. Yep, MattyO with the lead. Cameron Cole Glazer actually able to come in pretty hot in the second round as well to tie him for the hot round and actually jump back into second place. We had a heck of a comeback, which, I mean, it is Cam, so you can always expect that to maybe happen. And yeah, Sully and yourself will be running on our lead card.
Yep, and you know, we got one more round to try to come back and get MattyO and stop him from winning another City Mobile Championship.
Godspeed. We'll see you on the third round.